It's Ash from Super Videos, back to talk about Season 10 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to take a look at the pictures that they released for the upcoming episode of The Walking Dead, Season 10, Episode 14, which is called Look at the Flowers. If you haven't checked out my prediction for this episode, you can click the link that's going to drop on the top right to go check that out. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the first picture here is this pretty awesome shot of Carol looking at Alpha's decapitated head. She's right about to put it on the pike, which is pretty awesome. We did see that in the sneak peek and the trailer, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Negan is in the background with Lucille 2.0 by his side, but this is a pretty awesome shot. Carol does have Lydia's bow staff as well, so there's a lot going on in this picture that I absolutely love. But the next one is this one, which is when Carol actually puts Alpha's head on a pike. I absolutely love this. It's a pretty cool shot, and it's badass. I can't say much more. It's a badass picture. Then we have this shot, which is related. So we have Carol, Alpha's head, and Negan. Then we have this shot, which is from the same scene. But if you take a look at the background, that shed or the small cabin that you see in the back, that's actually the exact same spot where Negan decapitated Alpha. So the border was right next to it, which is pretty awesome. The next shot is this shot of Negan. And then we have this shot, which happens during the night. So we have Daryl and Negan. Daryl has his crossbow pointed at Negan. So that's pretty cool. Now, what we do know is that Negan is going to go back to check on Lydia at some point in this episode. And that's when he's going to be confronted by Daryl. And that's when Daryl is going to capture him. Now, I don't think Negan is going to die in this episode. I don't think Daryl is going to just kill him. I think that Negan is going to try to plead his case. He might go to the border, show him the head, tell him what happened and all of that. But at some point, I think Carol is going to come in and be involved in why Daryl trusts Negan. But this actually might be near the border. And then we have this shot, which is Negan and Daryl again. We see part of Daryl's crossbow, but he's there too. And then we have this shot, which is again from the same scene. And then we have this pretty awesome shot of the two of them from the same scene, but they are near a border. Now I wonder if this is the exact same border where we had Carol putting Alpha's head on a pike. Maybe Negan is there to show Daryl that Alpha's dead and that her head is on the pike. Now when they get there, I think that they're gonna find that someone took the head. And I think it's going to be none other than Beta who's going to be the one that's going to take the head away, which is something that's going to make it hard for Negan to plead his case. Then we have this pretty awesome shot. We have Beta holding a sack. Alpha's head is probably in there. Now, I don't think this is the same exact sack that Negan put the head in. He obviously takes the head, takes it away, and he's probably hiding it so that other Whisperers don't see it. We do know based on the trailer, he's going to be holding the head in a seductive manner. It's going to be pretty creepy, but that's probably from the same scene here. Then we have this shot of Beta holding a sack again with Alpha's head in it. He's going somewhere, we don't know where. Maybe he's taking the head to that spot that we saw in the previous picture. We have someone in the background who has recently turned by the looks of it. So that's going to be interesting to see whether Beta killed that person or whether he was dead. There isn't really too much else to talk about here. This probably happens when Beta's on his way to take Alpha's head and hide it or take it away with him. Then we have this shot of Yumiko. This is probably when Yumiko, King Ezekiel, and Eugene are on their way to meet Stephanie. Stephanie being the girl that Eugene was communicating with. And this is probably when they first meet a comic character named Princess. Princess is not a character who's related to Stephanie or the community Stephanie's from. She's from another storyline. But I think that Yumiko is looking at Princess in this scene. Same here. I think this is from the same time, and Yumiko, Eugene, and Ezekiel are looking in shock at Princess. There's a reason why they're shocked to see this character. I won't get into that so that I won't spoil it for non-comic readers, but they're probably looking at Princess at this point. And then we have this shot of Yumiko, King Ezekiel, and Eugene on horseback near a city. And then we have this shot of Eugene, and again, I think he is looking at Princess here. And then we have this shot of Yumiko, King Ezekiel is probably somewhere there, and Eugene. they're looking at and scavenging the area. There's chained walkers around, which is interesting. And then we have this shot, which is, I think, from the same area, because we do see the same walker in the background. But we have Yumiko, Eugene, and Ezekiel again. They are probably, at this point, looking at Princess again. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in this video. That's all the pictures. Hope you guys enjoyed. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.